This episode of American Signature Outdoors is brought to you by American Signature Kennels, made in the USA. American Signature Kennels produces American Labrador Retrievers that have been selected to have the highest potential. These retrievers are suited for everything from the timber to the rice fields. Our goal is to produce dogs that have enough talent and drive to excel at the highest level, while also be able to relax with the family in the house at the end of the day. Go to AmericanSignatureOutdoors.com and select Contact Us to find your next duck dog, partner, and family companion. The American Revolution starts now. So what we're doing right now is we are heading down to Tuscaloosa, Alabama to Hillside Kennels to see Adam Campbell. We're going to spend a couple of days with him, going over his program, seeing how he does things, seeing how he likes to train his dogs, talking about how he got in the industry. I brought a couple of dogs. He's got some of them some issues or some things I like to clean up, get his point of view on it, see what he thinks, and share some time together, try to learn a little bit, and just enjoy being outside with dogs and having a good time.
She's legit reading a freaking book.
Dude, I'm doing 55 and going away from her right now on the interstate. Got a half a mile.
Theoretically stay off the point.
Okay.
If they flirt with the point, we're not going to beat them up, but I just don't want them to get in and do this. And then angle exit out, back in. And we'll take Mr. D out. They should, flirt with the point again.
Okay.
Get out, and then back in and not suck over to where he's at.
The same setup, different pictures.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
See, it's almost the same. You got a point there we're going to swim by, and a point here we're going to swim by. So, and if they clip the tip of it, I just don't want them to be going and see a drastic change to go take the line.
So you're not going to be hot with them on the collar in the water if they're right there on the tip. But if they try to beat it to the ground, are you going to stop them and correct them? Or you can just
I may
cast them
stop.
over?
I may just cast them. Points are sacred ground.
Yeah.
You just put a lot of pressure around going to get on a point. Then when you have to get on one, you can't get them on.
Yeah.
So, you won't see me use a ton of pressure around the tip of the point. Because they have to target points.
Yeah.
Running water blinds, right? Because we do a lot of get on the points and off the points. So if they're not targeting the point and all they want to do is swim out to sea, it take you 12 whistles to get them over there. Where if they target the point, you can get them toward it. You can say, all right, get on it more, or stay off in 1 or 2 whistles versus 10 or 12. So theoretically, what we want to do is target the tip of that point.
All right. Then you can help that dog have a little more drive. Alright, so we just got here. Adam's on his third dog. What he's got set up right now is 2 singles. Nothing real fancy, but it's the kind of concept. We're trying to make sure they're right in line. Both the singles are in water, out of water. One of them is straight on land too, and the other one is back in water and then back on the mound. What his goal is, and what both these have, is off the point, right? So he's not wanting the dogs to actually get on the point, back on land, and re-enter like we do a lot of times here in training. He's wanting the dog to hold the line, skirt right beside the point, but stay in line with the mark, and then be able to actually go get the bird, turn around and come back without actually hitting the point and running around or taking the point too much and getting on land and getting back. Because, if they hit right there at the edge of the grass and get a little shallower and come back up, he's not going to get onto them too much. But his goal right now is to actually make them stay in line, keep them right where he wants them to be, and not make them actually get fat on the point or too fat in the water. He wants them to hold right there beside it. So far, they're all doing really well. She got plenty to choose from. Come on, big girl. I've had too much caffeine with no food. Here. Yeah, girl. Leave it. Good. Here. Velma. What a girl. Come on, big dog. Oh, that's the problem, is the wrong kind of duck. Now I see. I know what the problem is now. So we got Velma out. Velma's, she finished in training wise. She knows all the steps, but she's still kind of a season level dog. She's been out of training since October. She actually hunted all season. Slow go for her. She's still pretty young, but she lacks a lot of confidence the first couple of days of a training situation. And same thing with duck season, first season, which a lot of dogs do, so that's not that big of a deal, but she definitely lacks that confidence. But when it's just she and I, we're two people running, but not a lot of dogs do, she just tears up and has a big motor. And so here, she hadn't run anything this long, and since October, and re-entry and back and forth again. So we had to get her out there. She wasn't real sure. She's trying to go down the shore without hitting the water and skirt it. So we had to get her, cast her back in the water, take her out, had the bird boy throw another putt for her up there while he's out there, hey, and get her to that distance. And then once we got her out there, that's the longer of the two marks. But once we got her out there, she had 3 birds to pick from, so it wasn't that hard. And then bring her back, and again, she tried to cheat on me here in the bank, so we stopped her, got her back in the water, and brought her all the way back. And there was no pressure, no collar pressure on that entire situation, right? Because she was kind of really trying, but she was trying to figure out what we was asking her to do. It's been a long time, and she's still pretty young. So then we come out here this next mark, and Adam's over my shoulder the whole time talking to me, coaching me, and controlling the bird boys. Get her out here, and he had me not be as strict with her as I was with Avery. He's been with his dogs on the points and whatnot. Right now we're just trying to get the concept and trying to get her to take all the good marks and whatnot. So he had me just go ahead and let her get on the eye on re-entry, got her back out again, but it still took a couple whistles. I had a couple when even during hunting, she got to where she was stopping, like there was a wall she was hitting on whistles, didn't want to go any further. And she kind of did that again out here, but we pushed her through it. Mr. D was out there, was able to get her past there, which is the benefit of having a bird boy, man. That's such a benefit. But get her out there and help her. And then we come back, we threw kind of a wash spreader here to erase all that. And we ran her in that again. I called her back to me one time because she's still a little confused, Adam said, about being over here with this bird. I called her back, re-sent her, and she didn't have the big motor she normally has, but she tried hard. She had a little more energy to her, and I think next time we run her should be a little better too. So again, concepts. What's saying if you can get it 1% better every day, in 100 days you'll be 100%?
Brick by brick.
That's right.
All right, so what we're doing here, we got a pretty flat angle entry, and this is a younger dog, so he went down and he's just not going to get in. So I stopped him, and I put a little indirect pressure. We apply pressure two different ways. Directly, which means I put it directly on a fence that he made, or indirectly, which I said here, and then I gave him a little stimulation. I mean, it ain't like we were killing him or nothing, just enough to make him a little uncomfortable. We put indirect pressure on here to come back, and then I let it off closer to the line where he's supposed to get in. He eventually, we kept working. We tried a couple of times. We didn't get him in like we liked, so we stopped him, and then we casted him in on the line in which I want to get in. So we'll come back and we'll try to repeat it, see if we get a better response. Yeah. Yeah, I think we maybe got our point across right there is, just go get in the water. Don't go down and take 3 to 4, 5, 6 steps down the shore. Just go and get in right where you're supposed to on line. The e-collars we use have several different levels of stimulation. And I think in the different worlds of dog training, you got those guys that don't believe in using the e-collar, and you got the guys that do. And I think it's a great tool. I think it's the best tool we have if used properly. But we were talking about the different levels of stimulation that I used right there when I gave him a little tickle for not getting in the water. And the first time I called him back some, I hit him with like a medium 3 on my collar. And then we went in, we gave him another kick at the can there, and he did the same response that he did the time before. So I bumped it up a little bit. I gave him a little high 4 right there, which is a pretty good correction, and brought him back down with it. And it seemed to work out pretty good that time for him. We're just trying to put 2 and 2 together in that little fella's head, that when I get down to the water, I don't want this down the bank. See the water and get in right when I'm supposed to. So maybe 1,000 more reps of that, and we'll be pretty good at it.
Hey, Levi, I do a lot of the young dog stuff, getting them force fetch, obedience, T-drill, all that kinds of stuff. And starting to venture out a little bit and run some hunt tests, master tests, and a good bit of HRC just here and there. But bringing up through the ranks the younger dogs is mostly what I've been doing out here. I've been here about a year now. I like it. We have a lot of fun. So being outside and playing with dogs all day, essentially. But I like progressing them and seeing what you can get out of a single dog, and it's crazy the stuff they can do. So it's fun.
Wait on me. No.
So what we're working on here is we're going to take out a single mark and run 2 blinds in relationship with it. One's going to kind of be right off the edge of the fall, and then one's going to be real, real tight to the gunner. We'll get a lot accomplished out of this, I think. Let's see.
Just finished up day 1 here at Campbell's Hillside Kennel. Hey, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Stay tuned for next episode. Will be part 2, day 2, here with Adam Campbell at Campbell's Hillside Kennel.